It's another beautiful Sunday evening again with me, Elizabeth Era, on Ethel Women Initiative Show. Today, we're going to be talking about a very sensitive topic as usual. You all know we always talk about sensitive topics and topics that will actually help us. A lot of ladies have been sending in their messages. A lot of ladies have appreciated the fact that Ladies Court started. A lot of ladies are happy that we have this kind of show to help them deal with their issues. Like I said, this few this season, we're going to be discussing our relationship issues, how to deal with issues in our relationship. Like I said last week, that if you don't deal with your relationship issues, it might really affect your functionality and how you'll be able to achieve a whole lot of things and yeah, your functionality. So today we're going to be talking about a very sensitive topic, which I tag we're going to be talking about a very sensitive topic, which I tag how to identify a guy who will be violent in a relationship. Most ladies have this issue. They have the issue of dating the wrong guys. Some they don't even know that they're actually dating the wrong guys. Most times, these ladies don't know they're actually dating the wrong guys. So today we're going to be talking about how to identify these wrong guys. Okay, you dating a guy that is violent, a guy that might be prone to beating you, hurting your feelings, making you unhappy. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about all that, so that ladies will get to know that most times it's not about how pretty you look, how nice the guy is. What matters is, are you happy in that relationship? Is it the right person for you? Do you want to continue with such a person? So today we're going to be talking about that. Don't go nowhere. Stay with us as we actually move on with this very wonderful and nice topic. Today we're going to be talking about how to identify a violent guy in your relationship. Now, there are so many reasons why men can be violent in relationships, okay? Sometimes the women are actually the cause of their problems. Sometimes you drive him so hard that he can't take it no more and he has to react, okay? So women, sometimes we cause problems for ourselves. We are the reason why some of these things happen to us. And also, there are some times when you didn't do nothing, you've not even done anything, but this guy is just a violent person and you can't help it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about that without wasting much of our time, because I realize that the 1 hour that we have is really not enough for us anymore. So without wasting much of our time, I'm going to just start telling us how to identify these guys, because we have we have a long way to go today. First of all, be wary of Mr. Perfect. Like I wrote everything down, so I'm just gonna be explaining them. To be wary of Mr. Perfect, what I mean is, be careful of guys that are too perfect. Ladies, be careful of guys that are too perfect. From his trousers to the food he eats to the way he talks, everything about him is very perfect. It's as if his life is pre-planned. Just like I came here now, sometimes I can speak Pidgin English and no, they don't like those kind of things. His life is pre-planned. He's so perfect. Everything about him is smooth. His friends are perfect. His lifestyle is perfect. You come into his house, everywhere is neat, clean, well arranged. Nothing is missing. Nothing is dropping. Be careful of those kind of guys. Guys that are extremely, number one, some of them can be neat freaks. Number two, some of them are extremely, everything about them is too good. You see him, you tell yourself, oh my days, this guy is wonderful. This is the best man ever. You're so carried away with his wishy-washy lifestyle. Everything about him is so sweet. Be careful of those kind of guys, because fine, there are some of them that might not really be violent, okay? Don't get me wrong. There are some of these guys that might not really be violent. They are just who they are. Neat guys, perfect guys, over sabi, But 80% of these guys are actually violent. A guy that is too perfect to be true. He's too real. His trousers are always very straight. When he wants to talk to you, his words are perfect. He wants to eat, everything must be complete. Even when he talks, oh my days, you think you are in heaven. Some of them can't even shout, like from here to here. It's difficult for you to hear him. He doesn't strain his voice. Even the way he walks is as if he's counting his steps. You know, you have to be careful of those kind of guys. Trust me, it's not fun. If you meet those kind of guys, they call them Mr. Perfect. Be very careful. Run. Because when as perfect as they are, they want your life to be as perfect as their own, forgetting that you guys are two different individuals. Okay? They will totally forget that you guys are two different individuals. They will want your life to be as perfect as their own. They will want you to wear very straight skirts. If it's a guy, they want you to wear plinted skirts, you know. You have to look perfect. You have to look beautiful all the time. Your hair must be packed in ponytail to the back. One, every now and then. This is what I want. I don't like you on makeup. Please don't do makeups. I don't like you not doing makeup. Can you do a perfect makeup? You know, those kind of guys, when you are cooking in the kitchen, the fact that there is too much salt in the food, they can pour it on your face, not caring whether the thing is very hot. You understand? They will just fling the thing on your face, you know. So you have to be very careful. Ladies, when a guy comes to you and is asking you out, every day he's not making any single mistake. He has not made a single mistake. He is always perfect. Be very careful. A normal human being is bound to make those kind of mistakes. So if he doesn't make those kind of little mistakes and he's always very perfect, please be very careful. 80% of those kind of men can be very violent in their relationships. Okay? Now, going to the next one, I said lover boys, they get involved more quickly than you anticipate. Most of these guys get involved more quickly than you anticipate. Like, they fall in love before you say jack. As they meet you today, they are in love. Oh. Tomorrow they can't knock your door. They don't dey in front of your house. They wait. Ladies, okay, let me just say it this way. I've been a victim. You understand? I've been a victim of this particular one. Mr. Nice Guy, very nice, so much in love. When I was in school, in my 100 level, I met this guy. I said I was not going to date him. He was on my case. He can go to my, I don't live in the hostel, I live off camp. He will go to my friend's place in the hostel and go and cry. He will meet my friends. He can sit down on the floor, okay, at the Potter's Lodge there. He will sit down there on the step and be sobbing there, you know. He'll be feeling bad. My friends will come around. He'll be telling them to beg me, please help me beg Lizzie. I love her. He doesn't know me and he's in love with me, you know. Before I got out of that relationship, God was the one that saw me through. Like, God brought me out of that bondage. You know how God brought these Israelites out of their problems? God brought me out of that bondage. I don't even understand what I'm saying. Because by the time I finally agreed, and then I noticed that he was a woman beater, he doesn't even allow me to talk to guys. So if we go out, if somebody greets me too much, I must receive slap. There was a day, I'm sure some of my friends that were in the same school with me would testify to this. There was a day I was standing on the pulpit. Imagine, oh, I was one of the invited guests for that event. I was a girl, you know, that was wearing my gown as a crowned queen. I was just dancing with our faculty president. The fact that our faculty president came for the show, okay, and actually said, okay, I want to dance with Lizzie today, and I was dancing with him on that stage. It was on that stage I was actually slapped and thrown down for dancing with my faculty officer. I mean, my faculty president. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So some of these guys, the guy has been so nice, so he doesn't talk. When his friends see him, when people see him outside and I tell them this is what Victor has done, they were like, are you serious? Did he actually do it? You know? So it's really very funny when you meet these guys and you don't really know who these guys really are, because you see them very gentle, calm. You say, no, Tom can't hurt a fly. He's a very beautiful, nice, quiet man. He can't hurt a fly. Okay, Victory, you said there is no worse. Okay, you said so there is no love at first sight. Victory, I'm not saying there's no love at first sight. There's actually love at first sight. Somebody is bound to have it. It's possible, okay? But I'm saying don't fall for the wishy-washy ones. You know, they are so much in love with you. Do you know what it means for somebody to keep telling you, keep professing, and keep doing all the wrong things and keep telling you it's because he loves you? There's a thin line between love and obsession, okay? There's a thin line between love and obsession. Lust, love, and obsession. Somebody might be obsessed with you. A guy that beats you, A guy that doesn't want to see you with any other person, a guy that doesn't really care about you, he doesn't want you around anybody at all. He's not in love with you, he's obsessed with you. Do you know what obsession is? Obsession wants to possess you. Obsession wants to take over. I don't know if you get it. Obsession will not give you the freedom that even the Bible gives us. Obsession doesn't give that kind of freedom. You understand? That's what those guys feel for you, not love. So you cannot categorically tell me that it's love at first sight. No, if it is love at first sight, you should be able to give me my freedom. You should be able to love me for me. You should not dictate to me what to wear, what to eat, and who to see. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, Victory, I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Victory Ajabiowe. Okay, another one I wrote, I said jealousy and insecurity. That one is a big one. That one is an extremely big one. In your relationship, it's not wrong for a man to be jealous in a relationship. He's jealous, yes, you guys talk about it, and he gets to understand that, okay, probably this is what my wife does for a living. I don't have to leave her. Or I don't have to get mad at her. You understand? Or this is what my girlfriend does for a living. Okay? But a man that you're not married to, he's so jealous to the point that when you wave your hand at somebody on the street, you're in trouble. Somebody calls you on the phone, he doesn't even know who you're talking to. He's already fuming and frowning and getting pissed and getting angry. And then the next minute, he's asking you with a very, very funny voice, who is that person you were talking to on the phone? Sometimes he doesn't even ask you with those kind of funny boy voice, you know. Some of them, they start with sitting down with you, and like, ah, sweetheart, who was that on the phone? Ladies, be very careful. The very first time you meet a guy, and then before you say Jack, he keeps asking you, who is that person, who is that person, who is that person? Be very careful. Be extremely very careful, because the truth is, a man that truly, really cares about you will not monitor your life 24/7. A man that truly loves you will not monitor your life 24/7. He will give you the freedom. Okay? There's this Chinese proverb that says, if you love a bird, you leave it to fly. Open the cage, leave the bird to fly. If the bird comes back, it's your own. If it doesn't come back, just know that that bird was never yours. Okay? Now, if a guy is so very jealous, he accuses you of cheating when you're not cheating. He lies every time. I'm not talking about the ones that joke with you about cheating, okay? I'm talking about the ones that accuses you of cheating. He lies against you all the time. Even when he's sitting down with his friends, he's already telling them that you are cheating on him when you have never cheated before. Be very careful. You understand? You have to be very careful with those kind of guys. Now, a guy is angry at you for spending too much time with your friends. I don't understand what some people call too much time. If I leave the house by 7 p.m. and I come back by 8, I think that is 1 hour. I don't think I'll spend too much time with somebody. Giving somebody that works all the time, maybe at the end of the day or weekend, I said I want to go and hang out with Mary, and I walk away and I go see Mary, and then I come back from 7 p.m. I come back by 8 p.m. and then the man is already making trouble and screaming and telling the entire world that, hey, I'm not supposed to do that. Lady, don't you think you should be careful with that kind of person? A guy that doesn't really care about you, but is very concerned about who you spend time with, spare time. He wants to know everybody around you. It's not a crime for a man to want to know everybody around you. But that's one that calls you all the time to tell you, please, always tell me what you're doing. I want to keep tabs. He's not keeping tabs. He actually wants to find out who you're with per time. He's trying to monitor your life. If you don't cut it off at that particular point in time, you have issues with it later. Before you start getting the slaps and the beating. So you have to find out, first of all, if this is what you really want to deal with. Because the truth is, you get tired one day and then you're like, what is this? Why are you monitoring me? And then the next thing you hear is boah, you know, one slap like this for your face and it's gone. So it's really very wrong when a guy is accusing you. A guy is telling you you're spending too much time with friends. Be very careful about that, okay? Now also, a guy that don't like you being around people. A guy that don't like you being around people. Even in your office, he calls you and he hears that you're laughing with someone and he's asking, who is that person you're laughing with? Must you smile with everybody? Must you laugh with everybody? Yeah, right. So what if you're so in the bank? Do you have to smile with that person? Do you have to do this? Sweetheart, be very careful, because from the very onset in the relationship, they will not start with violence. So they will start giving you reasons why you should not smile too much in the office. And that is the lifestyle you were living before they met you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Especially those in diaspora. They will now give you reasons why you shouldn't talk to so person. You wave too much. Why are you waving him? Must you always smile when people talk to you? Stop smiling. What am I supposed to do? I don't know if you get it. So you have to be very careful when you're dealing with this kind of guys. Be extremely very careful. A guy is asking you out, or you guys are dating your first, second week in your relationship. You should be able to see all those traits in him to know. Now, if he doesn't portray the traits and is being very careful in not letting you see these things, there are ways you can actually find out. Okay, we're going to be talking about that much later through evaluation. There are ways you'll be able to find out if this guy is violent or not, if he's the type that hides it, okay. Now we're talking about talking to someone about their feelings. Some guys don't like it when you're in a relationship with a guy, okay. All he wants to hear is you talk. You do the talking, you talk. When it's time for him to tell you, say, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't really want to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. Be very careful. You don't tell me you don't have anything to talk about. How are we now going to communicate? I want a man that will be able to open up and tell me. If a man cannot tell you what he feels per time, if a man cannot categorically open up to that and he's always bottling things up in his mind. Okay, ladies, let me tell you something. There are two types of violent men. The one that will never raise his hand to beat you, but one day he will just wake up, pour petrol in the entire house, set it ablaze. You will burn there. He will never raise his hand to beat you. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. He will never say a word to you one day. You will be living so well with him, and then people will not like, but they didn't have any quarrel now. They've never quarreled over anything. You understand? You'll be very shocked. These are the two types. The ones that are angry all the time, get angry all the time. They can destroy plates, destroy TV, destroy everything, break everything breakable, and later they will come and kneel down and cry and tell you they are sorry. Be careful. You understand? And then there are some that before you even talk, let me give you this instance. Okay? Be careful and be wary of guys that whenever you guys are joking, pushes your head, slaps you. Be wary and be careful of those kind of guys. You guys are joking. It's not as if you're fighting or having anything. He's already punching you. He's already doing this. Be very careful. Those kind of guys can beat you blue-black. As in, they will beat you blue-black. You're actually chilling with a guy and the next minute is stopping you. You're a lady. You shouldn't do that. And some of you girls, you don't care. If he's tapping you, like he's playing, he's not that kind of person. Probably we are joking. He go beat you. Sweetheart, he go beat you. Trust me, those kind of men are violent. Because their hands are quick to, their hands are so quick to hit things. They're very spontaneous. Just the way they're spontaneous with their attitudes and their words. Okay? Their hands are spontaneous. They can hit you at any time. You're dating a guy. The first week you guys are meeting, you left your phone on the bed. You were actually having your bath in the bathroom. Okay? Now you came back to the room and then you met a missed call and then you decided to call him. It's actually the first week of your dating him. You call back. Oh, sweetheart, sorry, I saw your missed call. Where were you? Why did you pick your call? Where were you? Be very careful. Just be very careful. Because the truth is, a man that is going to be violent gets angry. Some of them get angry easily. They are very spontaneous. 1 minute they are angry, they will scream the entire world down. The next minute they are coming back to you and tell you, baby, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Did I wrong you? Did I offend you? Please, I'm very sorry. Forgive me. They are very spontaneous. Don't wait for him to tell you the second I'm sorry. Flee. Please don't wait for him to tell you the second I am sorry. Flee. Ladies, don't make that mistake. See, I understand that it is difficult when it comes to relationship and love. I understand that it's very difficult to walk away. But see, you can do it. You are just in your first, second week in the relationship. You understand? You are even supposed to be pushing him to the wall to really find out things about him if he doesn't want to tell you. You understand? So by the time he screams on the phone at you and then the next minute he's telling you he's sorry, flee. Flee, because he will beat you finish and still come back again to tell you I am sorry. He will beat you blue-black. You understand? So we're talking about two different types of violent men. Okay? I said there are some that don't talk. They are never angry at what you do. When you just do the bad thing, like they just look at you, give one wicked smile and walk away. Be very careful. You see those kind of men? The day you will make up your mind and say you want to walk away, now for bed, then go suffocate you with pillow. They will suffocate you with pillow. You understand? So when you are in a relationship and you are with a guy that never gets angry, he never says anything, he's always very quiet, as if na horror film that they act. You know, in the day, only in one day, only in one no care. The only time when they see him, they laugh. Now maybe when they watch football, or maybe when the friends come around, and after that, everywhere don't silent again. Be like say on a day graveyard. You know, the feet talk. You know, the feet do anything. Una just date the relationship, like say una be married, deaf and dumb. You know, walk away from those kind of relationship. What are you guys even doing there? I can't date a man that I can't be friends with. I can't date a man that I cannot be free with. When you're talking to him, he's asking you, am I your mate? You don't have respect for your elder. Una de joke, oh. He's telling you, am I your mate? Is he my boss? Even if you are 50 years older than I am, the moment we are dating, sweetheart, me and you not the same. Oh. The only thing now they do now respect how they respect you. But all those am I your mate? Me and you not mate. You go throw me out for corner. You get it? So ladies don't even understand it. They're like, senior me, he's 15 years older than I am. I have to be very careful. And so you put your head on the ground like this. When you talk, when they do that, be very careful. Ladies, trust me, you have to be extremely very careful. So this program, we're actually talking about all this every day. We talk about this every week. We come here to tell you about these things every week. Listen to us, please, to save you and to help us. A lot of ladies are dying every day. Some are being destroyed. Their lives are messed up psychologically, emotionally, and otherwise. They can't function. They cannot function. And then that is where you will now hear them now. They'll not be angry. When they give birth, they'll not be telling their children, you see, men are useless. Men are so useless. Men are extremely useless. Sweetheart, it's because you didn't listen while you were being spoken to, and you actually ended up with the wrong person. Men cannot be so useless and useless and useless. It's because you never listened. But if you actually are listening, trust me, you will realize that you're helping yourself. You're going a very, very long way in helping yourself. You understand? Now, having a spontaneous behavior, I talked about having a spontaneous behavior, getting angry or getting pissed over everything. I talked about it. I said be very careful with those kind of guys. Any small thing, you don't jump. Any small thing, you don't vex. Any small thing, you don't drive, leave you for junction. Some of you no get shame or guess. I'm very sorry, but I'm going to say it this way. You not embarrass me. You follow boy go out. You don't shout for you in the midst of your friend for pub everywhere. Maybe bar, anywhere on a go. He don't shout for you, finish. He drive, leave you. He leave you, how you want to go as? Now two of you come out together. Oh. He drive, leave you. You know, drop you. You don't care whether you enter motor, even if you know they give you transport. At least make it day shorter with your two eyes. You don't see you enter motor go. Ladies, let's be very careful, honestly. And some of you don't even need to quarrel with him. Oh. He didn't quarrel. You guys just came out of the bar simply because he knows he's driving and you are going home. He just leave you on the street. He just tell you bye-bye. He leave you for streets. May you they go. Then they use let's say they waka. And what time they talk? 7 to 8 p.m. in the night. Tomorrow you go say go find the boy. You go say call you for phone. You go find him. Where you go born? You don't let anybody mess you up. Don't let anybody destroy your sense of reasoning, your lifestyle, everything. See, you are beautiful. You are a wonderful woman. No matter what anybody says about you, you are the best thing on planet Earth. Don't forget that. Because no matter how ugly, crippled, disabled, in short, messed up, magad a woman is, you go still find that man who will love you, take care of you like his own. I don't want to mention person name. If that person fit marry, forget it. All the women we know they even feel waka for this life, he marry. I don't know if you get it. And then now you allow one guy to mess you up, just leave you. You just please, let's be very, very careful. Okay? I say don't drive, leave you. That is the last time. Don't let him dial your number again. If he even call you, tell him, I'm sorry, I'm no longer interested. You don't get it. Because the moment you commit yourself to a relationship with such a person, your life is doomed. You're not going to come out. Oh, because the time when you go break up with him, even if now your mama house you go, he go still come your mama house, come find you. Ladies, true or false? He go still come your mama house, come find you. So you have to be very careful, like extremely very careful. Now, I said, try to talk it over, try to talk to him to find out more about him. Now, we're talking about evaluation, because I said I'm going to talk about evaluation with us. How to evaluate, because there are some guys that they hide their feelings. They're not the one make you know say that they're violent. Their character, that they try bottle them up, that they try hide their character, their behavior, everything, that they hide them. Okay? That they try to be perfect. Even when you offend them, the first 1 week, 2 weeks, because they know say within that 1 week, 2 weeks, you're supposed to find out who they are, you go bail. But no, they will hide it. They won't want you to know. They won't tell you nothing. They will hide it. So what you do is try to evaluate the guy. If the guy refuses to bring out his true self, okay, try to drag out the real guy from him. You understand? Number one, try to talk to him. Get him to talk to you about himself. I'm not telling you say you go there ask him about him mama, him papa, or him family, or no. About himself. You as an individual. First of all, ask him questions like, what pisses you off? Okay? What color do you like? First of all, ladies, some of us make a very big mistake. Please, I think it's high time we start reading. Thank God for Google. Study, please. Be widely read. Okay, those of you who no go school, I understand. But at least Mona say they know some kind things. Sure, you understand. When I need to they know some kind things. Find out the kind of color he likes. Okay? It's very important. Find out the kind of color he likes. Find out the kind of food he likes eating. What does he really like? His person. You as an individual. How do you take care of yourself? I don't know what I'm saying. Ask him questions like, how will you react if so thing happened to you or so thing happened to you? When you have an experience outside, come home to discuss it with him. Anytime you meet him, tell him, see, can you imagine? I just met Mary which day on the road, this is what she and her boyfriend just did, or this was what happened to Mary on the road, Try to get his response and reaction. You understand? Try talking to him. Since he refused to bring out his true color, see, you men, there is no, he will not, they're not the fit. Even if not the Mr. Perfect inside, he will still say it, they're not the fit. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They cannot hide it. They cannot just hide it or hide it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They can't hide it at all. They will definitely tell you how it is. You understand what I'm trying to say? They will definitely tell you how it is. Okay, take for instance now. Let me give instance with a gigolo. I met a gigolo guy and I'm trying to tell him, guy, do you know, a friend just told me now that she gave money to her boyfriend and the guy bailed with the money. The girl has been broke for quite a while now. She can't even take care of herself. This, that, that. The guy has left her. See. A normal gigolo will say, now her luck now. Now the guy luck. Make the guy go flex the money. I don't know what I'm saying. And if he doesn't reply like that, he might reply with, oh wow, the guy must be very lucky. Oh, I pity the girl. That's a gigolo talking. Ladies. Some people will always come and they tell me they do as if you know everything. Not like that. It's just that these things, forget the fact that say we they see them. Some of us don't experience that. Some of us don't. As in, I've seen people go through these kind of challenges with my 2 eyes. Okay, that's a gigolo talking now. A guy that will be violent. Just bring out violent scenarios. Tell him about issues. Find a matter where no rich matter. You understand? Talk to him about it. Matter where no rich matter. May you see in attitude towards you and how he go to respond. That's when you get to know if this guy truly care about you and if you're going to be enjoying your relationship, or your face go shift from this position to this position, the few period will not go date, or maybe some of them at the end of marriage. Because I know some ladies that will say, if you don't beat me, my body know the sweet, because after you don't beat me finish, they come beg me. They will kill you one day. You are clear. Continue. If they don't beat you finish, you know they like the relationship, then they'll come beg you join her. The day when they go beat you finish, buy coffee, keep for backyard, go bury you. Now that day you go know. So please, we have to be very careful. It's not cool. Your papa no beat you when you dey grow. Your mama no beat you when you dey grow. Your senior brothers and sisters no beat you. The man go they beat you, they match you for ground. Use belt say they beat you. You call and love. No, me and you go MFM. You see mountain of fire, I go carry you go. You need serious prayers. You understand? Because it doesn't work. I don't understand how ladies live their lives. You get so comfortable with the man beating you up, wanting to kill you, destroy you, and then you call it happiness, and then you say you are happy. No, come on, I think you need deliverance. Me and you go MFM. We go mountain of fire, go talk to the pastor, and then we see how we'll be able to sort your problems out, honestly, like seriously. Okay? Now, the next one I said evaluate your relationship within the first 2 weeks. Evaluate your relationship within the first 2 weeks. Like the first time I talking to him. Make sure your relationship within the first 2 weeks. Don't use your heart to enter. I beg. See my hand. No make mistake, use your heart to enter relationship from the very outset. Whether na love at first sight or, in short, love at immediately see. Hold your heart, keep am. You see that love? Tie am, strong am. You understand what I'm trying to say? Then use your head to evaluate your relationship, ladies, to avoid a whole lot of crazy things to happen to you later in the future. You understand? Evaluate your relationship with your head. First of all, start within the first 2 weeks of your relationship. Some people they're very strong and adamant. Make am 1 month. If you be person like me, where then they call some of my friends that are guys, they said I'm a man, I'm not a woman. It is well, Jesus is Lord. Well, I know I'm a woman, I'm just being careful. Okay? Evaluate them. Now let me tell you something, ladies, especially those of you in the entertainment industry, especially those of you in the movie industry. You are bound to meet this kind of crazy people, because you know why? Your job gives you room to meet with a whole lot of orishi-rishi. You understand? So if you know this is the kind of job you do, not be say you dey sell for supermarket or boutique where some gentlemen they always dey waka dey enter. Now in short, you be movie actor, producer, anyone, music, you dey do director, anyone wey you dey do, you are as a journalist. As journalist, you are exposed to these people. A newscaster, as they watch you for television, and so many of them they call your line. This one they call you, I like you, I like you. Oh, you are pretty. Oh, can I meet you? Even the Tamono and Dokubogo see send their own messages. Are you getting it? So you have to be extremely very careful. Ladies in the entertainment industry, ladies in Nollywood, in short, ladies in media, communication, whether you work for CNN, no, you work for what's they call that, our this year for Nigeria channel. So anywhere you are working, be very careful. In short, you need to be more careful than the other ladies, because you are bound to meet a whole lot of orishi-rishi. That is why some of you don't get married on time, and people keep thinking that you are loose. It's not because you are loose. It's because you know that you have been meeting a lot of orishi-rishi. True or false? You will meet a lot of crazy guys. These guys are so crazy, and then if you're not careful, you fall into the wrong hands, you get married to the wrong person, they beat you, bash you, they carry you, go do surgery, bring you, come back again, you arrange, you fall into the wrong hands again, that one don't begin, they kick you, before he bash you, you don't break up with them, you don't enter the next one. People don't understand what you they go through. Then see, now because I say you like to they jump from one man to the other, not lie. And you know, say you be public figure, so you know if you tell everybody, say see what they happen for your relationship. So you have to be extremely very careful. Use your head. Don't jump into any relationship so fast. For ladies like you, you know that your job does not even give you room for these things. Make it 1 month, please. 2 weeks is too small. Okay? Now for the regular ladies, please. 2 weeks is enough for you to know whether now rishi you want to end up with or a responsible man. You understand? So evaluate them. Give yourself 2 weeks before you start using your head to the end. Before you start using your heart small. Don't carry all your heart put at once. So they jump them in small. Imagine. How can you ask a guy, please, what if you find out today that somebody is, I'm actually smiling with a guy on the road and I hugged him. You know, like, how can you do that? How can you try such a thing? Smiling with which guy? Hug him for what? My property? When you take become somebody property, even as a married woman, you not be property. Oh, Bible say you be helpmeet. Don't let anybody deceive you. Oh, now helpmeet you be, not be property. And he calls you his property, and you're not thinking, and your sense no adjust. I think you not adjust to make you sit down again, think the matter. Okay? You just say it's because he loves me. It's because he loves me. That's why, sweetheart, you go suffer. They go beat you. Okay? You check based on love. You check based on trust. You check based on friendship. Love, first of all, he will tell you saying they in love with you. If you get sense, you supposed to know the difference between love and lust and obsession. Ladies, you supposed to know the difference between love, lust, and obsession. If a guy tells you he's in love with you, is in love with you. I'm talking about evaluating a guy who is violent now. How to evaluate to know if that guy is really violent or he's actually not violent. He's a gentleman that you can rest the rest of your life with. Now, also, I talked about friendship. How does a relationship go? How friendly are you? Okay, let me shock you, ladies. No matter how nice a violent guy is, the both of you can never be friends. I am shocking you today. The both of you can never be friends. You guys can never be friends, no matter how it is. Because you know why? 1 minute you're smiling, you're laughing, you're being playful, okay? The next minute, the moment you say just one thing, it puts him off and he's telling you, please, I don't like it. I beg, I don't like it. How can you? I don't like it at all. He gets pissed, he gets angry. The next minute he's telling you, please, it's enough. He's walking away. He's going to lie down on the bed. He's picking newspaper. He's ignoring you. And your common sense not tell you say you have to be very careful. What do you call talk now? Wait, come make her the verse. I don't know that the sound tell it. What do you talk now? Wait, make her the verse. Tell me the one thing where you talk. And you see all these things and you don't sit back to watch. I did not say jump out of the relationship immediately. The moment you see those kind of things, because there are some guys that are too insecure. In short, those kind of men that are, what am I saying? They are violent. Any man that is very insecure, forget it. Your own don't finish. Don't even try him. Because if he not beats you, one day, he go just kill you. Not, una no fight, una no quarrel. The day when you go just waka come meet, especially if you're a very pretty girl. You are a very pretty girl. Now then you call it, yeah, we did quarrel. Nothing happened. Una no quarrel. That is if you see one eye take come off. They say no stab your eye. So that no man go see you again. You're going to need and give God praise, thank him forever. So you have to be very careful. Watch your friendship, the kind of friendship that you have, the relationship level. Do you have a friendly relationship with him? Check that out. Evaluate your friendship with him. If the kind of friendship you have with him is boss and subordinate relationship, okay? If it is boss, you know that kind of boss and subordinate friendship, you get limits, you know, particular limits, so you know if you cross with your boss, you have to be very careful. Because you get some kind of way you talk now, your boss go, I go reduce your salary this month for that thing where you do. I don't understand what I'm saying. So you have to watch that kind of relationship, okay, to see. Then also communication, very important. Communication, please, is very, very important. You guys don't communicate in your relationship. Please, I'm not talking about all those kind of nonsense that I don't understand. Please, I'm not talking about all those kind of nonsense where you think that you are in a relationship, you are communicating when you are not. You come house today, you come tell us, sweetheart, we need to talk. See, you know, we need to talk about how you've been acting for quite some time now. I don't like it. Can we? And they're like, oh, really? Oh, really? You don't like to have been acting? Oh, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. It don't end. Sweetheart, that's not communication. Okay? He go do him again. He go do him again. They do him again until he beats you. Because the truth is, he never talk waiting they annoy him. And he don't let you talk waiting they annoy you. He never talk waiting they irritate him, and he don't let you talk waiting they irritate you. So if you don't talk about it, like you guys don't have a kind of communications with you guys don't talk about anything. When you try to talk about something, he's trying to cover it up. Some men, they don't want to listen. After beating you up, they take you to a boutique, shop for you, buy you a rishi, una come house, he don't sleep with you, everything don't close. I know they quarrel again. Jesus is Lord. Ladies, that's not wisdom. Communication matters a lot in your relationship. Okay, you're traveling. Where are you traveling to? I'm going to the east. I'm going to be back in 2 days' time. Okay, fine, no problem. You have told him you are going to the east. You have told him since that you are going to the east. And then he's calling you and then he's asking you, where are you? I'm in your house. Sweetheart, I told you I'm going to the east. You told me you're going to the east. What's the meaning of that? What is he doing there? So you're not back till now. And then you come back, you try to talk to him and tell him, because I don't like the fact that you expect you to rush down every now and then the guy is not listening. A guy is not listening, he's getting angry, and then you are looking for ways to appease the gods. You want to appease the gods, you want to beg him now. Lady, leave and make it vex. So if you're not vexed, you're not going to see the end of the matter. You understand? So even if you guys are having issues, the fact that you guys are able to take care of your challenges, the fact that you guys are able to solve your problems, everybody talk about what disturbs them, works better. Then another one is isolation. He isolates you and isolates himself. Since you meet Mr. John, you can't get friends again. You are on your own. You don't have a life no more. You are on your own. You don't have nobody. Nobody talks to you. You don't talk to anybody. You can't even reach out to anybody. Because why? you are now dating Mr. John. Ladies, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful, because the truth of the matter is you can't be dating a guy and that guy will not allow you see nobody. You can't be dating a guy and that guy will not allow you have a life. You can't be dating a guy and you are isolated. You understand? Because the moment he calls you and he asks, where are you? Like, oh, I'm actually in Mary's house. What are you doing there? What are you doing? What are you doing in Mary's house? Must you go everywhere? Must you visit people? Must you go see this? Must you go see that? Blah, blah, blah. Ladies, we have to be very careful. You understand? Be very careful of a man that isolates you and isolates himself. Relationship roles. Learn to discuss your relationship roles with him. Relationship roles. The reason why some of you fail in your relationship is because from the very onset, you don't talk about anything. From the very onset, you don't talk about anything with these guys. You just keep quiet. You know they want to talk about them. You know they want to let them know, say, okay, since me and you they date, bros, I go wash plates, you go clean kitchen, or I go do this, you go do that. You understand? So if you don't do that and you keep quiet, you don't do that, you're going to be affecting yourself much later. Because you will find out that by the time you want to talk about it, the person you're actually talking to don't turn tiger. He's no longer the man that you used to know. So start discussing your relationship roles. You understand? I'm telling you how to evaluate a violent guy now. Discuss your relationship roles with him, so that you go know whether not the type where you carry newspaper, open them on Saturday morning, cross leg, they raise leg up and down, they sweep, they clean everywhere they go, or not the type where go assist you, help you, or not the type where go see reasons with you, always want to talk to you about a particular issue. You understand? Discuss your relationship roles. Be careful of any man that keeps telling you that you are strong, you can handle it. Those kind of men can also be violent. And if they are not violent, they can be very useless in a relationship. Be very careful of any man that tells you you are strong, you can handle it. My dear, you cannot handle it. Oh, be very careful. Better me you know now say you know you cannot handle it than for you to think that you can handle it. You cannot handle it, Biko. You understand what I'm trying to say now? Okay. Then now, the next one is find out how he speaks with you, how he speaks about you. Sorry. Find out how he speaks about you when you are not there. When you are not with him. When you not see him. When you are not there together. Find out how they talk about you. From your friends, from his friends, from everybody around you. Find out what he says and how he says them and how he talks about you. Ladies, it's very important. Very, very important that you find out about this. Please, some of you don't know these things, but they are important. Find out how a guy talks about you when you are not there. If not the type when your friend asks and say, how is maybe, how is she doing? Is she okay? Sit down. Mind that stupid girl. He's already harboring grudge in his heart for you. He doesn't really care. Those kind of men, if they reach out, the anger where they don't carry, don't go gossip you for outside things. They will come down and punch you. Beat nonsense come up for your eye. And also be very careful of guys that are always fast to tell you to move into their homes. Ladies, be very, very careful. Especially these old boys all around. Those ones, they don't get joy, you. Because the week where they don't make money, first week, second week, third week, they don't make money. And you see they beat you. They will come and then they'll call the system and you be the one sure they worry them. But they don't tell you before you pack, can't stay with them, can't they leave for their house. Be very careful. Any man that is very fast to tell you, move into my home when you guys are not married. Ladies, be very, very careful with those kind of men. Be extremely careful. Those kind of men are prone to beating you up. Those kind of men are prone to be violent. Majority of them, 80% of these men are like that. They want to monitor you. Do you know why they ask you to move in? It's not because you are the alpha and it's not because you are the alpha and omega. Oh. It's not because you are the only girl on planet Earth. It's because they want to monitor your movement. They want to watch you. They want to see you with their two eyes. How you take receive call. In short, if you put password for your phone, they know you must tell them that password. Though. You don't understand so? You can't even try it. Your phone is ringing. They're asking who is that person? Why is that person calling you? Or what is the time? Why is that person calling you at this time? Your friends cannot come and visit you. Be very careful. You meet a guy, he's all wishy-washy, all sweet, all nice, all cool. And then next week he's telling you, why don't you move into my house? You know, the house is empty, it's lonely. You and I can just be together. Now lie. Now lie. Also, be very careful of any guy that every 5 minutes they call you, where are you? If he calls you, this is what he does. Not checking, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Okay. What are you wearing? Send me picture. Send me picture. Let me see what you are wearing today. Be very careful. If for your mind, you go to say, I love you, love you. No, he's monitoring you. He really wants to know. You'll be very shocked. By the time you wear a shotgun, you tell your friend, I bet me snap and me. See, I'm not be selfie, you snap on a full one. How can you wear this kind of, what kind of shotgun is this? Please, I don't get it. That is so short for what? How can you wear this kind of gown out? Can't you see you're exposed? Your body is revealing. Matter where no consign them. You know? And this relationship is not old. You guys are just like 2 weeks, 3 weeks old in your relationship, and somebody's already playing Lord of I don't know how to call him. You know, he's already playing King Muzanga over your life, and you are not seeing anything wrong with it, and you are happy. You say it's love. Ladies, no, that is not love. That is obsession. That is him trying to possess you. He's trying to possess you, take over your life. And then you now spoil everything when you move in, because you don't have a car, he has a car. So he told you, okay, move in now so we can be using my car together. And then you drive his car out. And then you now see one of your old schoolmates on the road that is a guy. You know, old student association, you now picked him up on the road and you now drove. He came out of the house, or maybe his friend now called him like, I just see Joy driving your car now. I see one guy with her for front. You don't ask question, no. Now blow and kick, then go wait for you for doorway as you enter. That sidewalk. So before you even enter, before you even talk anything, now like this. So you have to be very careful, ladies. First of all, be very mindful. Don't be too quick to move into a man's house that you're not married to. Even the ones that we are married to, we are skeptic. They say they try. They're not to talk about the one where you don't marry at all. You go just pack your bag. As he tell you can't live with me. You just carry your bag, freedom to choose. I no get AC for my flat. You get AC, ma go there. May AC go they blow me. And then you go. And then you find out that you're actually putting yourself in deep shit. Ladies, please, let's be very, very careful. Like, let's be extremely very careful. Okay? Now, I said, notice whether he respects you. Or notice whether you respect him or you fear him. This one is another serious challenge. I don't have talking before. Evaluate the kind of relationship where you get with this guy. Okay? Is it a boss-employee relationship, or as in, is it a father-uncle relationship? Is it a friendship relationship? Because there's a difference between respect and fear. There's sometimes you're scared of this guy, okay? You think you respect him. No, you're actually scared of him. If I love you, I respect you. I can tell you anything and everything at any time. Even when I do something, I can come to you and talk about it. But by the time in a fear, they fear you. The moment you enter house, they arrange. If I fear wear short, bomb short, I go run, go wear trouser, you know, I'll come arrange myself, run, enter kitchen. Oh God, the food, I hope it's not burnt, so you they check everything. You they scared. And you say na respect, and lie, no be respect. You now bondage you dey so. Because the moment the guy knock door, you know they understand. So you go be like some robbers don't come in a house, they don't come thief you away. Your heart don't make poof. You don't go. Everything, you they run around to fix everything. You're so scared of him. You can't talk. You can't say anything. You can't laugh freely. Some ladies cannot laugh freely where their boyfriends are. Because if you too laugh, that laugh when you laugh, you must receive slap. They cannot laugh freely. You can't talk on the phone where your boyfriend is with other people. When he's around, you don't pick your call. You put your phone for flight mode, or you silent them, or you off them. My dear, that is fear. That is not respect. I should be able to tell my friends, hey, sweetheart, what's up? Oh, babes, how far now? Hey, guy, hello, dear. I should be able to do all that in the presence of my spouse. If you cannot do that in his presence, sweetheart, it's a no. Please, get off that relationship. You know, he ain't working. According to Ghanaians, he know they work. You know they work. Waka komot. It can't work for you. So the thing is, if you keep thinking that the relationship is going to work, or you're trying to work it out, and then you want to remain in there and destroy yourself, that's where you've made a very big mistake. Because it's not going to work. A guy that is above 25, you expect him to change? Nigga, we start growing at the age of 21, and we start getting matured at the age of 25. So what makes you feel he's going to change? The only thing that can change such people is grace from above, as in God's grace, as in divine grace. So if you see a guy of that caliber, all what I have mentioned here today and the evaluations I've given you, if you see such guys and you still want to remain in the relationship, I am sorry, be very ready. And the last one, which I'm going to give here before we round up, is when he makes you feel guilty rather than happy and loved. If you want to know if a guy is going to be violent, you are never at peace. Everything you do, now you did wrong. Everything that is going on, you are at fault. Whenever anything is going wrong in the house, you are at fault. Whenever you guys are having a challenge, you are at fault. He makes you feel guilty. Even when you have not done anything wrong, you are guilty. You're feeling guilt all over. You are running around. You are washing his clothes. You are being very careful so that this place not go there to squeeze in case you want iron them later. You are ironing. You are being very. You are scared. You're feeling guilty about everything. The soup where you cook, you the one that inside your mind that the soup goes sweet, and you know very well so you know to put salt for the soup. But because Oga will definitely contain say salt too much, you dey fear. You are not free. It's as if you're living in bondage. You know when little children do too many bad things and you're trying to correct them all the time. You try with those kind of guys. That's how you will feel, my sister, my brother, my sisters. You will not be at peace. You can't be like say you be small picking again. When you know that your papa house, you know that your mama house, you're grown up, you don't pass all those stages. Now you're suffering. Somebody's making you feel that everything you're doing in your life is wrong, including your life and your name. The name they gave to you from home is wrong. And you feel guilty about your very existence. You have to think about it. That is a violent guy. And like I said from the very beginning, I said, it is only not when the man raises his hand to hit you, that is when he's violent. Okay? Men can be violent with words. Men can be so violent with words that sometimes their words, they tear you into pieces. They make you realize that you don't even know who you are anymore. You lose your self-worth. You lose your self-worth. Ladies, let's be very careful. Meet the right person. Love the right person. Hang out with the right person. See, relationship not be by force. It's not by force. If you don't want, gently walk away before you kill yourself, shoot yourself for leg. Relationship is not by force. The earlier we begin to realize that our lives are not tied to these guys, the better for us. The better for us. The truth is when you walk away from that particular relationship, trust me, you will find a better person. You will be shocked at the kind of wonderful man that God will bring your way. Don't say because you feel men are no longer there. Sweetheart, there are a lot of men out there. You will find your own. I keep telling ladies every day, if every woman is like me, no man go treat woman anyhow again for planet Earth. Because before you they come, I don't already know. So I will now decide, do I want to suffer or I want to walk away? Okay? Next week, we're going to be talking about stingy men. How to know if a man is going to be aka gum, aka calculator. Those who say they use calculator, say they calculate money they give you for your marriage. Especially this one is especially for the married ones. Because single ladies, I don't know if you know they fine. I've told all of us, go and look for a job. You are supposed to carry your responsibility 70% and a man will help you 30%. So I don't see any reason why you go feel so you go sit down for house. You don't get into what they do. You they wait, make man they pay your bills. Now they cause problem for una because now they even they cause someone that they meet all these violent men where they beat you now. Because how can you sit down at home doing nothing? You want one guy to go work and then come pay your bills? They got rubbish you, they match you, they work, they match you, they pass. Even for marriage, some of una say una prefer to be full-time housewife. I don't understand. How is it they work? Una say una want to be full-time housewife. How? What it be not job? I don't understand now work. You born picking and so now you fair born. Now Jesus you born. The very day when Mary born Jesus, the following day she don't day road they go Egypt. When I not do anything, I not get into what they do now. You sit down for us now they train children. The man say you train the picking. The man says I should stay at home and train the child. The pikin don't reach 6 years, so you go wait. If your pikin don't reach 6 years old before you begin work, you know if you do business, you know if you do anyone, man, na lie. You lazy. You lazy. So don't even say that. And then the one where they pay me person and the single girls who no get anything that they do, they know they go farm, they know they go anywhere, they don't get anything that they do, they just sit down for us. You sit down for us, they wait for man and may fall from heaven, come meet you where you dey. In short, you dey see girls they do Ponzi scheme these days. If you don't get work, go find Ponzi scheme. Start to they do one. Come, I go introduce you to Ponzi scheme. Start to they do Ponzi scheme. Find work. From there, you begin find business where you go do. For heaven's sake, let's stop giving our lives to these men to destroy. Auntie Rhoda said, there are lots of men, good and peaceful ones too. We need God's guidance. True, Auntie Rhoda, that was what I said from the very beginning. You know, you came late. Yes, we have lots of them. For heaven's sake, I dey beg una, na God that say they beg una. This one, I mean, they talk and I know we say anywhere. When I go work, if you work, you go reduce the violence. Because I don't mind that be devil workshop. Oh. You don't know. You come up for us in the morning. You go work. You dey come back for evening. Tell me one reason why. Not only on Saturday they'll see you beat. Oh. You don't know. Not only on Saturday and Sunday night do they see you beat. If really now somebody with the violence, they want to beat you. But within the week, you don't get. Let's go and look for a job and get busy. Until next week when I come your way again, this is Lady Scott. This is Elizabeth's era on the show. This is Ethel Women's Initiative show, Lady Scott. Like I said before, our competition is starting tomorrow. Competition is starting tomorrow, 5th of June 2016. We're giving out 2 million naira to any wonderful Nigerian lady who will be able to come up with a very beautiful business idea that can run for 6 months without any external support. Okay, we'll be able to help you. Watch out for it on our page, on Ethel Women's page. Watch out for it on my page, and also go to our website. Go to our website, ewspeaks.org. Go to ewspeaks.org. You find the details there, and also go to fempreneursng.ewspeaks.org. You find every other details there. Okay, so I hope you'll be one of those women that will win the 2 million naira. I hope you'll be that one woman that will actually win the 2 million naira. All you need to do is add your 3,000 naira when you are filling your form. When you're done, upload your proof of payment, and then you get to qualify for the first stage screening. After the screening, before we decide who the winner is, of course, it's not going to be done by us alone. We have our panel of judges, and we also have you and the general public to vote you to win that 2 million naira. The woman go even the old and no go fit express herself where her friends they all in the name of housewife rubbish. And you have a point. I don't know what most of them are looking for, honestly. So if you're just joining us, please, like I said, this is Lady Scott. This is episode 8 today. We talked about how to identify a guy who will be violent. Go through this video much later if you're just joining us. Until next week when we come your way again, I still remain your host, Elizabeth Era. God bless you.